Hello everybody and welcome back to Boomerangs by Vic. And today we have another non-related boomerang video for you. I have here a 9-year-old plasma television I picked up off my mom. And let me explain to you what was going on with the TV when I got it from her. She bought a new TV and it had a cracked screen. So when we picked up her new TV, we took this one off the wall and set it down and put her new TV up. And when we turned the new TV on, it had a cracked screen. So we had to return it. So we hung her old TV back up on the wall. And when we did, she said that after, the TV would shut off after like 15 minutes and then turn right back on. Then it would turn off again and turn right back on. And she continued to have this problem until her other new TV came in. So her other TV came in, believe it or not, the second new TV she bought also had a cracked screen. So she did luck out on the third one, and now she has a new TV hung up on a wall, and I have her old TV. So when I got it home, I hung it up, I ran into the same issue. Turned on the TV, it would click off after about 15 to 20 minutes, and then it would continue to do that. So I decided to take the TV apart and see if I could find the issue. And also an issue I had with this TV was the sound. The TV, actually the speakers mounted on the bottom and shot the sound straight down, which is common for most all these TVs, but this TV in particular does not get very loud. So I've disconnected the speakers and I'm going to have them on the outside of the TV facing forward, and they're going to mount on the bottom of the TV, which I'm not going to show in this video. I just want to show you, I just want to tell you that, and that's why these speakers are sitting here, not mounted anywhere. So this is what I did to find out what was wrong with my TV. I looked at all the boards and I tried to decide which one showed the most use, and that would have been the power board. So if you look here, this is the original power board, and this is the new one that I purchased a couple days ago. So on the original, you can see here where it got very, very hot. Now these were still working. So that wasn't the actual issue. I checked all the capacitors and none of them appeared to be blown. They're all nice and flat still, so I checked all that. And the TV would turn on, so I knew I had power there. I checked the standby. Of course, the standby was good if the TV's running. So once I knew all that was good, I had to determine which board on here was causing the problem. So this is what you can do if you have this same model. I came over here to the power board and I disconnected this. Okay, once that's disconnected, the only connection that's going to this board is this harness here, okay? Because what happens is when I unhook this harness, that cuts power to these strips because the power comes out of this board and into all these other ones. So the power's coming out into here, out to these, out to this, and then it travels all the way across into this board, out of this board, over to this board. So you can see how everything ties into each other. So all I've done is I've isolated the power board and this board here. Okay, so this wire comes out, attaches to this board, and the only thing that's attached to this board right now is the switch to turn the TV off and on, the speakers, and this wire strip here that comes over to a logic board. So what I did is I disconnected this, so I was not connected to the logic, and I left the speakers hooked up, and I left the switch hooked up. That's so I can at least turn the TV on, because without this switch hooked up, the TV won't turn on at all. And I only wanted the speakers so that I could hear sound, because I'm not going to know if the TV turns off and on because I don't have video, because without this hooked up you don't have any video, but I still had sound, so I wanted to isolate these boards to find out if it was either of these. So after doing that, after disconnecting all this, I plugged the power back in here, okay, with the power cord. I unhooked this and left the speakers and this hooked up. After about 20 minutes, the TV shut off. So what did that tell me? The issue was either this board or the power board. Well, it's much cheaper to replace this board here, so I went ahead on eBay, and what you want to do is you want to find a place that will take returns with free shipping, and I did find some companies that do that on eBay. So I got this new board, I put it in, plugged everything back up the way I just said, and it failed again. So what did that tell me? It was the power board. And I really wasn't surprised after seeing, you know, the damage I had on here, and plus it's a plasma. It's over 9 years old. These TVs run really hot, as many of you may know. So after that, I took the new board out. I mailed it back to the company, got my money back and the shipping, and then I ordered this board here on eBay, and I think I paid $46 for it. Like I said, I installed it, hooked my cables all back up, plugged the TV in. It just ran for almost an hour and 45 minutes. So I know I've definitely fixed the issue. So this board here is actually going to be junk, and we're just going to toss that out. So regardless, I'm going to put my back on the TV and hook it back up on the wall over here. And this is another TV over here that I'm working on currently. And hopefully get my speakers mounted back on too. Now, one other thing that I want to throw out there, if you have an issue with your TV turning off and coming back on, one thing you want to do, if you take the back off of your TV and you want to fix it yourself, the first thing you want to do is go around and tighten all of the ground screws on all of the boards. Okay? Sometimes you can have one loose ground screw, and that can cause issues with your TV like you wouldn't believe. And your ground screws will all be on these boards where you'll see like a washer, teardrop type washer, like here and here and here and here. They all pretty much look the same way. So anywhere you see a screw like that, give them a little snug and tighten them up. Same on these boards here. That would be a ground screw. This would be a ground screw. And if we come over to here, that would be a ground screw. Most ground screws attach to a copper base. So if that will help you as well. Over on this board, these would be your ground screws. Any of those screws that you give them a little snug. This one here has quite a few. So snug up all of these little ones. And the same with your power board. It's probably the most important one on here. I have 3, actually 4. There's one here. There's one for the plug. There's another one up here. And one more right here. So there's 4 on just that one board. You want to make sure they're all tight. This little board has actually just 1. So make sure that one is tight. If this wasn't tight, you might actually lose part of your picture. Okay? So that's it, everybody. I hope this actually helps somebody out there. If it does, tell me down in the comments. If you have another issue that's wrong with your TV, you can write that as well. Maybe I can help you. But other than that, thanks for coming back to Boomerangs by Vic, and I promise the next video will be a boomerang video. Okay, thanks everybody.